In the small American town of Haven Hollow, surrounded by dense forests, there was an old legend. The locals whispered about the Shadow, an ancient spirit that dwelled in the black forests. It was believed that he preys on those who dare to go too deep into the forest after sunset. No one knew exactly what this creature was, but everyone agreed on one thing: the Shadow takes souls. When Emily Jackson, a young journalist from New York, came to Haven Hollow, she heard the stories right away. Being a skeptic, she decided to write an article debunking this hillbilly myth. Emily had always believed in logic, not folklore, and was convinced that the Shadow was simply a way to scare children and keep them away from the dangerous woods. In the evening, armed with a flashlight and camera, Emily set out into the woods. The locals tried to stop her, warning her that the night of the full moon was a time when the Shadow was especially active. But she only grinned back. "It's only a fairy tale," she said confidently, hiding behind the trees. The deeper she went, the stronger the feeling of someone watching her became. The branches of the trees creaked as if whispering amongst themselves, and the light wind made strange sounds. Emily stopped to take a few pictures, but suddenly the flashlight flickered and went out. "Damn batteries," she muttered, trying to turn it back on. It was then that she heard it, the rustle of footsteps behind her. Emily turned around sharply but saw only darkness. "Who's here?" she shouted, trying to suppress the tremor in her voice. There was no response, only silence. But then, from deep within the forest, shadows began to appear. They moved like living creatures, stretching long, twisted arms toward Emily. Panic gripped her and she rushed to run. But the faster she ran, the closer the shadows got. Their whispers filled her mind. "You came for us. Now, we will come for you." Emily fell to the ground, tangled in the roots of a tree. When she looked back, she saw one of the shadows rise above her, its form stretched into something human but completely unnatural. The creature's eyes glowed with darkness and it reached out to Emily. The next morning, Haven Hollow found only her camera lying at the edge of the forest. The last picture was of Emily standing surrounded by thick, impenetrable darkness. Her face was frozen in a scream, and behind her back could be seen an elongated, eerie figure. Since then, no one else in Haven Hollow has dared to enter the forest. The legend of the Shadow had a new victim, and the old-timers only shook their heads. We warned her. The forest takes those who don't believe.